Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Before I get started, I was just thinking about a lot of the YouTubers that I've been listening to a while. And sometimes, you know, people be on here and they main motive, they'll try to pretend everybody on YouTube is not a wolf. And some guys, they might not be wolves, but they have motives. And their motives, on the seesaw of motive, the side is up for them trying to promote themselves. Now, we all want to get a piece of this YouTube pie. But some people be trying to mislead y'all in the process of it. Listen, everybody gonna pick their own leaders, man. When you pick your own leaders, the way you do it is you go by their actions first. The actions that you can see. What's the actions you can see? What they say, what they do. Those are actions you can see. Now, the transparent ones, transparency is a very key component of being a good leader. If you try to come on here like you goody two-shoes, like you don't do no wrong, then that's going to really mess you up when people start being able to discern and see the wrong you do. And with that being said, I just want to give a shout out and credit to Black Ram. Me and Black Ram had a slight back and forth, but what I noticed about him is he don't hold grudges. Some people, you could not even do nothing to them, and they'll have something against you. Let's see, I look at it like this. I'm either riding with you or I'm riding against you. Ain't no in between. If you want me to ride against you, I'll ride against you. But when I saw Black Ram was, man, I was watching his videos because, you know, even if I got a problem with what somebody say, I don't stop watching their videos. So I was watching his videos and I noticed the high level of transparency in Black Ram. Black Ram will rape girls. Black Ram will tell you exactly how you think. But some of these dudes try to come on here and act like they holier than thou. I don't believe you. And then they be like, okay, I'm holier than thou. This guy's holier than thou. This guy holier than thou. And I don't believe none of y'all. Because I know y'all human beings. So I know even if you contain any level of holiness, you ain't going to be holier than thou. Anybody that know about the human nature know that. So I don't know who you trying to fool. And I don't know what you trying to prove. So I'm going to make two videos. On one of them, I'm talking about bill paying strategies. Because we get in trouble, you know. We have problems financially. We just be needing solutions. We just be needing to find out what works. I'm going to give you what works for me. Oh boy, they got a lane closed. Oh, this could be a problem. This could be a problem. Hope it ain't all the way up. I need to take the street. Get off of here. And get past this. It's all the way up. So, if you gotta put other people down to make a name for yourself, then you ain't got it. You ain't him. You ain't her. Like, sometimes you have to stand on stuff and stand on people. But if you got to put people down, you ain't got it. So, I want to get some shout outs. Shout out to Black Ram. Shout out to the Drizzle guy. Shout out to JR Wisdom, Coach Greg. Many people on here. Just keeping it real. You don't gotta fish to find out how they really is and how they really think. It's right there in front of you. You know, but some people Listen, man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. I mean, I don't judge nobody's soul, but I notice every time you start like giving people their props on the spiritual tip, the Most High has a way of showing you, I'm the superstar, and I'm the only superstar. These other people, man, they do good in spurts, you know? So that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about discernment and the characteristics of a real leader, a good leader. You can't go by what car they drive or how they dress. Because if you go back to Matthew chapter 4, you go back to the wilderness teaching, you will see that the devil tried to use that on the Son of God. All of these things will I give you if you bow down and worship me. See, we got to be like him and have the attitude that we worship God and him alone that we serve. And you could do that without trying to come off as religious. Well, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't... Yeah, okay. Okay. I think the masses of people have enough examples of failure through pastors to know what's going on. I believe that's why my channel is growing the way it is. And my channel ain't one of the channels that YouTube probably necessarily wants to grow. Because, you know, it's growing at a slow pace, but the pace is getting faster. And I think one of the things that people can see is I ain't got nothing to hide. Either you gonna listen to me or you not. I'm not gonna try to fool you. I got a job, I got business, I got money I can make. Now it would be nice to make a lot from YouTube, but if I don't, I don't. It's just that simple. I'm not gonna try to mislead you. I'm not gonna be like some content creators all over the place, and you can't tell me you ain't all over the place, because I listen to you and I've seen you go from one side to another, one side to another, one side to another. That's some of these content creators, man. And then they try to act like, okay, this is how you should be. They're only talking about dating and relationships because that's the hot topic. They're not talking about it because they care or because they might have experienced some of the things that they trying to keep other guys from experiencing. So the number one characteristic of a leader is transparency. And when you're trying to discern, remember, the Messiah, the Son of God, even told us, by their fruits you will know them. You will know them. What is that saying? Is that saying that they ain't gonna never do nothing wrong? No, that's saying that when you look at their character, you will know them. Is my character matching the character of the world? Of course some of it is. But you gotta look at the essence of who a person is. Are they like the world, or are they leaning towards similarities to God? All we can say is similarities, because ain't none of us gonna be all the way like them. And anybody that's trying to act like they all the way like them, the devil in them is gonna eventually come out. I'm not all the way like him. I'm always gonna be a work in progress. That just comes with human flesh. But at the same time, I can admit that I have a high level of righteousness based on what the Bible calls righteousness. You know, so you want to have that discernment, and you want to look for transparency in a leader. If I can't know you, you can't lead me. Y'all be following dudes on YouTube that don't even respond to their comments. And then some of them will try to respond because they know they be secret sneak watching. You got hate watchers and you got sneak watchers. The sneak watchers are the people who watch you, and then they'll say things like, I don't watch nobody. You watch me. Just admit it, man. That's okay. I admit I watch you. I admit that if I say something that I got from you, I'm gonna give you credit every time. But these guys be sneak watching because they insecure. They don't want your channel to grow. They insecure. And if you insecure towards my channel, why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to you? I can pretty much tell a lot of the ones that are insecure towards other people's channels. These the ones that say things like they get fighting mad if anybody mentions another content creator. It's because they insecure over other people's channels. Well, okay, so everybody should follow you, everybody should listen to you, everybody should give you all their money. Who you giving money to? Money is supposed to circulate. Who you giving money to? You want everybody to get their money to you. Who you giving money to? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I can call people's bluff because I have discernment. You got to get your discernment in order. You got to get your discernment in order. I don't have to be against nobody, because if I got a problem with you, I'm going to come at you with it. Now, sometimes I don't mention people's names out of respect. I just do that. Like, it's just some content creators that, even though I don't like all of their actions and all of their ways, I respect them. Especially if I learn anything significant from you, I'm going to respect you. But at the same time, if you don't respect me, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In Milwaukee, respect is earned. You don't show somebody else respect, you don't get it. And sometimes you will show people respect, but if something is wrong with them, something ain't right with them, you still might not get it. So leaders are transparent. Leaders care about the people. If you was telling me back there that you don't want nothing to do with me, you, the Lone Ranger, this, that, then all of a sudden, now you talking the total opposite. I'm gonna look at you and be like, this is a inconsistent person right here. Like, 1 minute you saying this, and the next minute you saying that. Like, which one is it? Anybody that watch me, you know what I think. You know I don't advocate marriage to any old woman for the sake of marriage, for the sake of you call yourself trying to please God. So you gonna marry one of these weirdos? Yeah, okay. They gonna mess your relationship up with God just like they did, just like Solomon's wives did. So you ain't gonna hear me just advocating for any old marriage for the sake of being married, because some of these marriages can be flat out evil. If you married to the wrong person, your prayer is going to be hindered anyway. It's going to be division. A house divided against itself shall not stand. You better be in by yourself. But you got dudes on here say, well, if you ain't married, you can't do this. Man, you don't tell me what I can do. You ain't God. Like I told y'all last night, some things just going to come down to you and the Most High. Because people going to tell you wrong. They're going to tell you what they think. They're going to tell you what they believe. And if what they think and believe ain't the truth, then you just got a falsehood. You got a falsehood within yourself. I be hearing people debating, and it be subjects that I done studied for 20 years, and I know the truth on them. And the other person will be debating a falsehood. So, just be careful with these people, man. Be careful with these people. It said, he who humbles himself shall be exalted. Like, I could have quit a long time ago. People were making fun. Oh, his ministry this, his ministry that. Sometimes it be like that. Some of the mightiest men of God, you wouldn't know it by their numbers. And when I see high numbers, I start thinking aging. Like, the Most High don't be... See, the Most High already knows that he can't really exalt men. Because men, it goes to their head. So the real prophets know that they literally have to be coming to the Most High like, all right, I'm not going to get proud. I'm not going to get, arrogant. I just need you to do a little bit more right here. That's how you got to come at him. Because if you really his prophet, he's going to be reluctant to just throw you out there where you got all that notoriety. He's going to be reluctant. So I see high numbers, I start having a big question mark, man. Like, who is this dude tied to? Because, like, I ain't gonna name the people because one of them has passed away from us. But it's been a couple preachers through history that if you do research on them, it's allegedly they didn't even believe in God. They were trained and taught to say some of the things they said. And that's a couple of them. Like, it's one in particular that's still alive that allegedly, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's true or not because I don't know him. People say he's like a robot and he really doesn't even believe in God. And then a thing came out where they said that, and he came out and denied it. I'm like, man, was his programming breaking down? He came out and denied it. But like I said, the other one that they used to say that about has passed away. And he used to do great revivals, this. But they said this dude didn't even really believe in God. Somebody just taught him that. So this is why you got to be careful with people who claiming to be leaders, people who preach, pastors, prophets. You got to be careful. Transparency is the main thing. That's the main thing. But if you the man, you don't got to come out and like try to stump other people. You don't got to come out and try to stump other people. If you the man, it's going to show. I tell people this. When you first start getting into faith and stuff, it's probably good that you go to a local church, find out how this thing works, do your own individual study for a while, stay there maybe a year or two, and when you start to grow and the Most High start to deal with you in the Word, then you start to move up and move on. But I'm not going to tell you every church does these churches. I haven't even been to every church. So how can I tell you that you ain't going to learn about godly character, you ain't going to learn about this or about that from any preacher? And I don't know all the preachers. I can tell you about the ones I know. I can't tell you about the ones I don't know. The Bible says, forsake not the assemblies of God's people. You just got to find the assemblies where those God people in there. And I will admit, a lot of these Christian churches is not the answer. People be funny acting. They be cliquey. They be materialistic. If you ain't got the materials, they're going to be acting fake, trying to smile, but they don't really want to deal with you. Oh, if we go out to eat him, I'm going to have to pay for him. That kind of stuff. Them the phony believers. You can't tell me because I dealt with it, man. When I came out of the street life, I hit a rocky patch. And people was trying to do me like that. And I was thinking in my mind, man, the only reason why you even could say anything is because the Most High is taking me through, building me up. And dudes in there trying to act like they make more money than me. You might make more money than me on this side. But I'm going to tell you something, man. I was making $2,500 a week in 1996. and sometimes more. Sometimes more. So, you know, I mean, it's a free country. You can think what you want, but, you know, like I told somebody, I said, sometimes being good doesn't always translate in riches. That's what the false prophets want you to believe. Remember the rich man and Lazarus? How we know that Lazarus, because remember, 2 Lazarus is mentioned in the Bible. It don't tell us in the scripture if the Lazarus that's mentioned in the Bible as being the one that was told to come forth. He could have gave up all he had and he could have became the poor one. Because remember, we see that name Lazarus, and let me tell you how the Bible works. The Bible, it don't too often mention people of the same name in the stories that we read. So that Lazarus that the Son of God brought forth, that could be the same Lazarus that ended up broke. He probably gave up all his riches to follow. And sometimes the Most High don't always give them back. And sometimes people don't want them back because they look at like, I got more peace now than I had when I had all that money. So we don't know if that's the same Lazarus. It could very well be. And guess where he ended up? He ended up in heaven. So, and look at the coincidences of that story. The rich man, how did Lazarus know, and how was Lazarus allowed to be at his table? Was Lazarus among his colleagues at one time? I'm gonna do a video about that. Like some of the coincidences in the Bible that go unexplained. That Lazarus might be the same Lazarus that was rich at one point, that got sick and died and was resurrected. And then after that, he probably just was like, man, I'm following the Messiah. I don't care about that money stuff. I gotta see how much time I got. Yeah. So anyway, that's all I had. This part 1. We're gonna come back because I need to make a series out of this. But at the same time, I need to do another video before I get up to where I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, share the content.